police officer gets out and looks at me and says, "Sir, do you have a gun in your car?" So, well, yes I do, it's up here. So, "Need you to step out of the car, please." Well, I'm sitting on the curb. I feel somebody grab my arms and pull my arms behind me. And it's a female police officer. And I says, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm handcuffing you." I said, "For what?" She goes, "You're under arrest." I said, "I'm under arrest for what?"
To find out what happens next, click this video right now. Prepare for what happens after the smoke clears with the
Every fighter pilot remembers the first time they employed in combat and how special that moment was, because all your life you've wanted to do something. And fighter pilot is not just a job, it's an attitude, it's a mentality.
On the one hand, you feel a sense of accomplishment at doing a thing that you've been training to do it right and to do it well on your first try or your first time you're really tested. On the other hand, you are, for the first time in your life, dealing with situations that are matters of life and death for people.
You realize how ops are different here in a deployed environment than they are back home. But you've never really had the experience to try your hand at any of those. You know, how do you deal with responsibilities that you might have around here that aren't the same as back home?
I grew up very quickly based on some of the deployments I did when I was a younger aviator in my career. It all boils down to a handful of sorties to where you make a difference, you personally make a difference, your flight makes a difference.
Guess what?
Mission ends.
VFR. All right. Wow. Gorgeous. No issues. All right, so you guys are signed out, done your caps. Some of the situations that you hear about and you hope you never find yourself in. I was flying with Hollywood. We're out doing just some base defense type stuff, kind of low key, watching over, looking at different sites when we got the call that there was a troops in contact about, say, 40, 50 miles away, which only takes us about 5 minutes to get there.
Be advised, we just had a medevac, multiple Americans wounded.
We checked in, these guys are obviously, they're screaming, they had taken casualties.
As soon as I key in the frequency to go to talk to the JTAC, you can hear the screaming in the background. You can hear the bullets firing in the background. You can hear him breathing heavy because he is running. We
heard the dreaded words, danger close, which meaning we're going to be employing, in essence, right in the middle of their fight.
The comms were terrible. I don't know if it's because his antenna's bouncing around as he's running down the streets trying to avoid fire, but I'm getting half of it. Hollywood's getting half of it.
Well, our guys are getting shot up. We need those buildings dropped now.
You know, we were trying to sort this out. It was very hectic, and our comfort level of where these bombs would go was not completely there yet.
He's clipping for me, and I'm not comfortable dropping this bomb until we find out exactly what they want in the middle of a town.
We're trying to piece this together, and the one thing I will never forget is if you don't drop those effing bombs right now, Americans are going to die.
Americans are going to die if you don't drop the bomb.
And at the time, you want to absolutely make sure. I mean, the worst thing for any fighter pilot or anyone in this type of scenario would be to drop and to hurt or kill friendly people on the ground.
We finally got it all together and able to put down a bomb, and you could just hear the calm in his voice.
Sniper, good effect.
And it was a big sigh of relief. We landed and were met by the squadron commander. They had already called to let us know that what we did that day saved American lives.
You have an entire wing full of professionals that are out there representing Alabamians as well as the country to do it right, and that's kind of our unwritten pledge to them that we are professionals, we are going to do this right and execute the mission and come home with honor.
And so you fly with these guys, and you want to do everything perfect. Drop bombs where they needed to go, be in perfect formation, be visual, be on the right radio channel, doing everything right, because you don't want to let these guys down. And that, I think, is probably more important than anything, and a driving force for a young, inexperienced wingman, is that you can't